Let's discuss a post by Asirus the Alchemist. She spoke about mirror illusions and false projections being cast onto a divine feminine and masculine. According to her message, a divine feminine was targeted by a cult-like group or a sorority of karmic feminines who attempted to destiny swap with her. Many allegedly engaged in mirror magic to siphon her essence and energy. Now, that same energy is reportedly backfiring, exposing the toxic feminines who were attacking her. I don't claim those labels for myself, and I'm not fully comfortable with them because it feels like a superiority complex. However, the destiny swapping aligns with my experiences that I have been living through for years. You see, the storyline may hold true, but the real question lies in who is being portrayed as the villain here. And that distinction determines whether destiny swapping is actually occurring in this narrative. There is a recurring pattern that has been observed among some tarot readers, where they reverse the roles, projecting their own shadow or harmful intent outward, while claiming a light that obviously they do not embody. To recap, the group or cult slash coven that they are attempting to project onto others is, in reality, the very group that they belong to. And this has been also exposed by another whistleblower. Now, let's talk about this reading by Heavenly Hidden Tarot, where she posted something along the lines of, if by crazy you mean I have a top tier intuition and immaculate pattern recognition, then I'm fucking insane. Well, if she's claiming that it is her essence after all these years, then I agree. She is, in fact, deeply unwell, a psychopath. Similar to what Joker was also claiming to be. Yet, in reality, I think it is obvious to everyone who is actually being referenced, even when they attempt to claim that those qualities are theirs. And this is where the repeated narratives about stealing someone's essence begin to make sense. Because they are projecting and is describing themselves. When they speak of copycats, it is a projection. So they take on the essence of their target, claim credit for someone else's essence or work as an attempt to rewrite the story in their favor. And this pattern is a well-known dynamic in targeted harassment or gang stalking, to steal, discredit, and attempt to destroy the original source through bullying and narrative control. Now, moving further into the pattern of destroying the real person, she released a video centered on a Capricorn, in which she framed a Leo as a copycat. And in her narrative, this Leo was portrayed as receiving bad karma for allegedly committing heinous crimes against a Capricorn victim. She even alluded to this so-called villain attempting reconciliation with someone. So it's the same deliberate cycle of lies and deception. Same tricks of the psychopaths. A familiar set of tactics used to redirect blame and control the narrative. You see, there's no external copycats at play here. And the behavior consistently traces back to the psychopathic narrators. From the last content I made, I have mentioned about the resonating posts of the star readers to Joker's contents, which suggests coordination and collaboration. So some of the tarot readers were even using Joker's images. So let's talk about this Joker. Joker often claims to be silent and even created a video saying, "You didn't expose them, but their own mouth did for them." I find this ironic and contradicting given that this Joker even mentioned something in the lines of defeating lol. Well, I just think that it says a lot and it's the exposure itself. So how can you claim of being silent when you're even all over the internet? So let us look at those Joker videos. One content said, "Hitman's final words. Tell them he's not human." Bro, how the fuck you did that alone? You're highly intelligent and they don't mess with you. You're bringing people to their knees. You spiritually rank up like a motherfucker. People gain crazy respect for you. And there was even a content out there saying something about seeing him as God. Well, clearly, he exposes himself in his own mouth. Even without watching the full content, the pattern is evident. It's self-elevation to an almost superhuman status. The claims of exceptional intelligence, bringing people to their knees because of his spiritual ranking and widespread respect. Well, the messaging consistently centers on glorification of the self. It's a God complex. He exposed himself, but he claims that someone else is like this, projecting his evil self. You see, it's one thing to express confidence, but this reads less like confidence and more like unchecked ego, grandiosity, and an overcompensation that suggests something unresolved beneath the surface, like narcissism. So if you haven't seen my videos yet, I have tackled a lot about this. It's the same pattern shown by the star readers. They are the evil that they talk about, projecting it onto their target, which is their scapegoat. So they will always create a narrative about a villain having those qualities while you clearly see it from their ways, exposing themselves. All the while they all enjoy to be in that essence of light, They were all creating these narratives about the Queen of Wands being the most horrible, hideous, karmic villain ever, who knows nothing about spirituality. You see, the real doesn't need to say it out loud of what they are. Because everything you claim to be, I showed it how it's like to be. In fact, naturally. Connected to this, I came across a YouTube video discussing gang stalking, where it was described as involving hacking and infiltration. So according to these accounts, once devices are compromised, algorithms across platforms can also be influenced, affecting what content appears on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google, Spotify, and others. And these claims come from people sharing their personal experiences, and many of whom describe similar patterns, particularly that the content they are shown seems to mirror their fears or vulnerabilities. And I find myself thinking this could be part of a broader form of sabotage because this is how they can poison your mind. And recently, I have also noticed a sudden increase in Joker related images appearing on my Pinterest feed. And I'm not surprised. And of course, we all know about my Pekka card readings. So I just want to share a Pekka card reading about deeds on your haters / ops and what you should know. So in this pile, I pick up pile 2. And it was from Empowered Alicia. And it says, this is a very evil group of people. There's a lot of decisions you have made upon yourself, and some of it you compromise yourself. Acted in a way you don't resonate with. And she labeled it as reactive abuse. You were so narcissistically abused by someone you were dealing with that you break down and do what they did to you, but then that's the time they will turn it around on you. This person and group accuse you of so many things, provoke you to the point that you will break in order for you to react. You didn't act out of malice, but they did. You reacted because you were being persecuted, and that this group of people, evil people, is truly evil. And God is fed up on these people who did this to you, who was accusing you of things that they did and do. God is so angry at how these people have treated you, and that the karma is in divine orchestration. Ever since that this group has found you, they have been heinous and is feasting on your light energy. They were attacking you with accusations, attacking you with lies, attacking you with perspectives, and is coming after your mental health to call you crazy. It was a witch hunt on your energy. And the demons are not even aware why they are so motivated to attack you in the first place. Because you hold a ton of light energy. So these souls sold their souls and are not being restored by God. And in order to be restored, they steal light on souls like yours. In an energetic level, this is a group of demons. ganging up on you to eat your light energy like you're a piece of meat. The way that these people are attacking you is in your base chakra with your sense of stability. They are trying to create a tower moment after another to attack your stability. And this is all just a waiting game. Because these individuals know that there's time on their heads. And they feel and know that they didn't got their way. And that time is running out. It is karmic correction. So they took their negative baggage and get your soul to pay for it. And that they are trying to persecute you and put all that negative karma onto you that they needed to be accountable for. This is like sending an innocent man into prison. But God says no. In that, you will be able to speak about this in some point. In that, someone will discover you. They took your light, but God says it's okay. And according to this reading, God says okay, and I'll give you some of mine. And that God is using all your offs for the better. Then later today, I had a reading from White Feather Tarot. Focus on revealing what has been hidden. And here I chose Poetry. She described a strong Scorpion energy in this reading, pointing to themes of betrayal and being stabbed in the back. The reading spoke about dealing with difficult people who use smoke and mirror tactics, keeping me stuck, interfering with my abundance, and even mentioned about someone sat in my position and tried to bully me. It mentioned about benefiting from what was meant for me and blocking my access to this abundance. So she said that there's something tied to my lineage or an inherent quality within me that will ultimately allow me to benefit from this situation. So the reading indicated corruption affecting multiple people, that not just me, and emphasized that others were harmed as well in this situation. She mentioned of people occupying a specific land and making use of my blessings for their own gain. Or at least comparable to that. So according to the reading, evidence will surface showing that someone intentionally tried to harm me, interfere with my path, and grow themselves using what belonged to me. It concluded by stating that many lies were involved and that the truth will be revealed as the smoke and mirrors and deception surrounding the situation begins to fall away. In short, the reading centered on theft, and that it also emphasized that my rights will be restored with even greater honor. The person acting in a deceptive or manipulative way, believed that someone else was naive. But that same person that they underestimated turned out to be a strong investigator who will piece everything together and will bring clarity to the situation. Ultimately, the truth will be presented openly, and what was hidden will be exposed for everyone to see.